It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we've got the Vikings leader at quarterback. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Vikings and the Eagles, just ahead on EA Sports.
U.S. Bank Stadium holds just under 70,000 spectators, and they've come out in full force for this one. A fantastic atmosphere here in Minneapolis. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Pretty darn good, as you see right there on your screen.
I'll echo that. Darn good. 2 touchdowns, right? And the ability to be in sync with each other, right? To understand that he's going to be where the quarterback expects him to be when the ball's thrown.
And they run the option on second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And that one will go for 13 yards on the keeper and a first down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that's going to make it third down and less than a yard. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is going to have an Eagles first down, and he'll have it by plenty as they're able to keep the drive alive on 3rd and inches. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. They'll look to throw here on first down. To the sideline and incomplete. This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. He'll look to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are on the board first here this afternoon. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
Hey, they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
It was fun getting ready for this game, wasn't it? Because normally we talk to the coaches and the players. I think you and I asked to talk to the trainer to see how his arm is going to be.
A lot of ice after last week.
After last week's game, boy, what a performance that was. And you know who else is having fun? Receivers. Because they get a chance to do what they do best, which is go out and catch the ball.
Yeah, and that last week effort, he threw for well over 400 yards. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shaw. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shaw. Shoves him aside. A second stiff arm. A big play there on the catch and run. 43 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Staying on his feet, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. Fourth down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up second down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
You have to like the way that they played in the first month. They have to be very proud being a top 10 unit against the pass. Their goal, though, in this one, see if they can improve that ranking.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete.
Oh, man, that is just a flat miss. He's in the pocket. The protection holds up. He sees his man come free, but maybe he just gets a little excited about the prospect of a long touchdown.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return, and it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. The Vikings had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. And I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll look to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of...
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's going to be third down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That throw right side here going to be incomplete. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
The frustration evident there because he couldn't find anyone on 3rd down, and he left no doubt that he was throwing that one away.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Eagles set and ready for their next offensive drive. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. You look at this defense for the Vikings. They've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Back to throw. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, these last couple of drives, much better from a defensive perspective. They gave up a touchdown on the opening drive, and then after forcing a punt on their last possession, it looks like they're going to get the football back again.
Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. The Vikings on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Throw left side complete. That's Shaw. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 5. Now a handoff up the middle. It's stumped, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. 4th down now looming after Philly's defense stands tall in coverage.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles defense able to hold.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No. To about the 23.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw. It's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. It's caught. Smith. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. His throw incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
On 1st down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Lou Hedley on now to punt the football. Nice move at the 40. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go-around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this 1st half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
A gain of 8 on the keeper and a 1st down.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a 1st down with some nice running.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Dances by him. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to be steering at a 3rd and long here. He'll drop to throw. That is caught. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. Here's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you...
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there. His 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to stretch out their lead.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw, and he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shaw. The Vikings in the hurry up. They're hustling up to the line. 2nd and 4. Steps away. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. They'll look to throw here. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. So a couple of 1st downs on this drive, but it's looking like another empty possession.
And those empty possessions are certainly starting to pile up. So the adjustments that teams talk about all the time have to be taking place. They've got to analyze what's breaking down and figure a way to fix it.
It's just a 32-yard punt with no return. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
They'll look to throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. A 6-yard pass on back-to-back plays. Picks up the first. They'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now whistles and a stoppage here. Looks like one of the Eagles is in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. 2nd and 5. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of 10. And an Eagle first down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw again. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. 17-3 the score as we resume action for the second half on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
It'll be a gain of 5, and now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He lets one go deep for Addison, and it's knocked away and incomplete.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1. So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and we'll start over.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia.
First down, Philadelphia.
He'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Now 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. He's got Smith here. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 24-yard line. Looking to throw. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 17-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Yeah, the Eagles are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Now back to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They're going to look to throw. Quick slant here to Smith. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And he returns this to the 22. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Now this throw caught left side, and he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down. Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. Now, he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's a give up the middle. And he appears to be about 2 feet short on 3rd and 3. Leaves him with a 4th and 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll try and run for it. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On play action, they'll throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. They'll set up to throw. And that one too wide and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. A kind of a lucky break on the prior drive, Charles. The turnover on downs that the offense had didn't come back to bite them after the other side. Their defense came through, was able to hold them without any points.
I would agree with you, partner. A little bit of a lucky break indeed, but you know what they'd say to us? No luck, just pure skill. We rose to the challenge, and we didn't permit a score. That's how we roll.
Well, I'm kind of curious, Charles, if they might temper their aggressiveness now offensively if they get in that fourth down spot again.
Yeah, one would think so, but maybe because they held them, they might go for it again.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shaw. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Back to throw here. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30-31-yard line. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have an Eagles first down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7. Back to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Eagles look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so they're and now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. So that drive, 4 plays. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle and complete to Addison. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shaw. And he'll be out right at the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll look to throw again. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Buried for the sack by big Jalen Carter.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Throw left side complete. That's Shaw. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
3rd down and 13.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he's got this down to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on 1st down. A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up 2nd and 12. Jefferson going to go in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
64 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Good gain there on first down, and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. Well, on one side of this, Charles, an impressive victory. On the other, I mean, you think about it, they scored in the first quarter, but then they didn't score in quarters 2, 3, or 4. They're going to have a lot of work to do before stepping back on the field.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting tape to analyze, won't it? Because why did it work in the first quarter, but nothing in quarters 2, 3, and 4? So we always talk about adjustments. You don't just wait till halftime. You do it series to series. They'll be working on that in preparation for their next game.
So for Philadelphia, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.